Hello everyone, my name is De'Ara, and I chose to do assignment 2 on supervisor training. I believe it is important for supervisors to be properly trained, especially in terms of communication that they have with their staff members. I currently work at Turning Point. Our mission is to provide programs and resources that enable victims and survivors of domestic violence and sexual assault to regain control of their lives. And as you can see below, there are a list of services that we provide, including shelter. So what does a supervisor's job entail? They oftentimes are in the need of participating in the daily job duties, but most importantly, they have the duty to teach staff what they need to know in order to perform those duties. I also believe it is important that they are advocates and a point of contact for their staff. I work as a residential advocate and a crisis line worker at Turning Point, and in this setting, supervisors have a major role to train the staff members that are hired to work in the shelter. The shelter setting is very fast-paced and hands-on. If the wrong information is given, it has the potential to throw things off in a major way. So the problem that I see that has reoccurred consistently is the lack of efficient communication from supervisor to staff members. The disconnect comes when the supervisors aren't consistent with their teachings, and each supervisor does or says something different. The theory that I'll be tying this back to is the experiential theory. The definition of experiential theory is that experiential learning is the process of learning through experience, and is more specifically defined as learning through reflection on doing. So speaking about supervisors and training them, they'll be able to tie back the fact that the things that they learned and use those experiences to figure out how to better communicate with the staff. On my findings in this theory, I learned that there are 4 stages of experiential theory, and the 4th one stood out the most. It is called active experimentation. This is where the learner is trying to plan how to test a model or theory or plan a forthcoming experience. With this, I know with training staff or training supervisors, their biggest part will be to plan how to better communicate with the staff. For the solution I came up with, of course, the training itself, conducting a training for the supervisors, getting them all on the same page, getting them in one room to actually lay out a plan for better communicating with the staff. In the training, the following things will be addressed. Highlight key issues and pinpoint critical areas for action. So for this point, we can understand attitudes that exist and the extent of communications breakdown, which highlights the issue that we need to be solved. The next point is to establish a baseline. This provides the basis for comparing future research, so you know what you're working with and what's working well and where to adapt strategies going forth. Third, check to make sure the audience needs are being met. This is something where communication measurement can be used. Going to the employees to figure out if whatever communication is being used by the supervisors is actually being delivered. 4, demonstrate commitment to change. If you're serious about improving communications, the act of measuring is a symbol of change and will be valued by the employees. And lastly, drive accountability. It is said, the bottom line is what gets measured is what gets done. If leaders and managers know they're being judged on communication efforts, they'll start paying attention to how and when they engage employees. In the environment in which I work, it is important that everyone is on the same page for the benefit of effectively providing services to clients. So getting the supervisors who spread the necessary knowledge on board with properly communicating with each other and their staff is of great importance. Thank you.